if you just joined us, this is Newspaper Review on High Impact Television. We've taken a look at some of the stories making the rounds on the Punch newspaper. Right now, we have our guest joining us via phone call this morning from Ibadan, Oyo State, in person of Barrister Oluwatobi Fatoki. Thank you for joining us on Newspaper Review this morning.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here.
Right. Very quickly, let's go into what we have this morning. Let's begin with the conversation surrounding zoning. Now, I'm sure you've seen so many reports from both the ruling political party and the opposition party in regards to the zoning situation and all of that. With all of the controversies surrounding this topic on zoning, how do you react to the issue on zoning generally? Let's begin with that.
Thank you very much. The issue of zoning is an intra-party arrangement or inter-party arrangement, so to speak, and political parties at liberty have been consulted to go in the best interest of what they think will benefit their political party in respect of this forthcoming general election. And as we speak, I think the PDP, they set up a committee to look into the zoning system or consensus candidates or train it open. And after a thorough consultation, after dialoguing, after several meetings, I think what's it called? The Benue State governor was the chairman of the committee, and they met in Abuja, in the state house there, and they deliberated on issues. And at the end of the day, they looked at, well, as we speak now, APC, the nation is being ruled by APC, and the major or the strongest opposition we have as of today is the People's Democratic Party. And I think they need to do everything within their whims and caprices to get the power. And they are thinking, let me use the word they are thinking, is if the election is not so open, the primary, if they should go by zoning, then that could affect them. Because if you look at from 1999, yeah, when we're talking about the stability of democracy in our nation, let us trace back, let us start from 1999. We've seen that the South, talking about the South, you're talking about the South where the South is the South. The South, the first 8 years was ruled by the South. And after that, the North spent, that was 2 years, 11 months by Yar'Adua, and the South took over again, completed the tenure of Yar'Adua, and spent another 4 years, making 13 years thereabouts. And again, the North have just had a bite of 8 years if Baobab is completing another 8 years plus 3.5 years. 11, so it makes it balanced as we speak. So train it open for everybody, yes. They have not gone against the constitutional provision. Everybody has a right to participate, to contest. So if they are training it open, let the better candidate during their primary, let better candidates face. And I believe that might be the major decision. That where the question is balanced, there's no need of going into zoning. Because going to zoning might mean we are disenfranchising some people that have. And if you look at the voting power, the voting pattern from majorly from the last electioneering, we see that the only state from the South that are the highest number of voters is Lagos. Apart from that, about Kano, they not have always
Barrister Fatoki, let me butt in here now. You said something earlier about the fact that if the zoning it would, disenfranchise some people from exercising their rights and all of that. But let's also remember that this concept of zoning has been embedded in the party's constitution. So why do we have a disparity now?
Yes, as I said earlier, I said it's a party arrangement, and it's a decision that could be made by the party, even though it's amended in their constitution for zoning. The last election, the PDP went through zoning system, and I think Atiku emerged then to run against the current president. And if they want to get back to power, as I said, that's an issue. They are the let me use the word, strongest opposition party we have as of today in Nigeria, and they need to dot their I's and cross their T's. So if they want to go by zone, there is no way eyebrows will be raised. The other zone will raise eyebrow at this moment, and that could even cause fracture within their party system, and that is a dangerous line to go. So that was why the committee was set up to look at how can we negate all these infractions, all these what zoning system could lead to. Will it be advantageous to the party, or act as or maybe become advantageous to the party? And I think it's high time they took that decision and say, oh, for us to get by, let us trade open. Then let the better candidates emerge, irrespective of the zone. Because going into party primaries, irrespective of the zone, the delegates will vote. And even if they want to come by consensus arrangement, you'll know that, oh, this is the issue, this is a consensus arrangement. But say, okay, we have zoned our presidential candidate to a particular zone, then definitely, let me tell you loud and clear, eyebrows will be raised, and that could break and mar the party. And that shows they're not ready for the electioneering.
Okay, talking about breaking and marrying the party now, we're aware that this 37-man committee was set up by the National Executive Committee on the 16th of March, to put in place everything that has to do with the zoning and electoral process and all of that. But after this decision was made, we have bodies like the Middle Belt Forum, PANDEF, coming out to say this decision by the panel is hypocritical and will cause a lot of chaos even within the party. How do you react to the statement?
Thank you. There is no way eyebrows. You go one way or the other, eyebrows will be raised. But which one is better? Yes? We have, don't let me even use the word. We have some people have thought or that have made, that have somewhat believed if they have gone through the zoning system, it will have really problem. But at this point in time, especially if they believe that they have the candidate forward and go for primary election. So if we still talk about the arrangement, about the issue of the committee, that says, okay, let's go by let us go the way of zoning as the man in the party constitution. Let us go into the queue. Let us trade open. So no matter what, eyebrows will be raised, but I believe this arrangement, the issue they have made, is the best for political right now. It's the best direction to go for the party.
So there are some fears and concerns that this zoning arrangement or throwing the presidential ticket open would affect the chances of the opposition party in the upcoming elections. Does this hold water? Do you think this is actually going to affect their chances in the 2023 presidential elections?
My reaction on that, irrespective, we have several political parties. I don't want to preempt. I'm not a prophet. I don't want to say this particular party candidate emerge, a particular party will win the 2023 presidential election. I don't want to precise that. I don't want to go into this. But what I want to say is this: irrespective of the candidate, each and every political party is presenting, is coming up with the mandate still rests with the voters. The mandate to the power to vote is still in the hands of the voters. And, well, I believe we have derailed so long ago. We have derailed from party manifestos. And I think that's the major point we need to move the ground forward. Party manifestos. Then let this party bring the head and let people decide. Let them decide. People have come, we have seen people, even if people another party that people might want to say, no, or the candidate, they tell the party manifesto. So it could emerge. But I think that is the show race. That power, the mandate rests on the masses, on the eligible voters, and that is why we, the masses that are eligible to vote, should make sure we have our PVC. We should make sure that our farmers partake in the electioneering process of the country and make sure we vote and make sure that our vote counts when the time comes.
Thank you for your thoughts on that. Very quickly, let's talk about something else, something that is also biting hard into the fabrics of Nigerians and Nigeria as a whole, talking about insecurity in the country. But now we are channeling it down to Kaduna State, which has been the hot spot, you know, for terrorist attacks in recent weeks. Now there was an attack at the Kaduna International Airport. There was an attack on, you know, the Abuja-Kaduna rail track, and after that, we've seen several attacks even on villages in Kaduna State. Now, I'd like to ask, in your opinion, why has Kaduna State become very vulnerable to attacks despite the fact that there is high military presence in that state?
Thank you very much. Well, with my experience as a master's degree holder in peace and security studies, let me give you an analysis. And I think my analysis too, for our listeners and our view of the Christian faith, I think is embedded in the Bible. I don't know if it's embedded in the Quran. Well, they do say that if you want to break a strong man's house, then you must first capture the strong man. When you bind the strong man, when you make the strong man weak, then you can be able to do with ease. You'll be able to do anything, to break into the house, to do anything you want to do, because at that point, you have weakened a strong man. Now, let me go back to the question first. Looking at Kaduna State, talking about our security as a nation, Kaduna State is not a place to joke with. That's where we have the army headquarters, that's where we have the police, the whole lot of divisions in Kaduna State. Talking about the security power of the nation, we talk about Kaduna State. And if insurgencies, insecurities, banditry is becoming an order of is becoming rampant in Kaduna, then that should send a signal, and that should make everybody to sleep. No, not able to sleep, their eyes closed in the nation, because once the strong man is weakened, once the security structures are rendered useless and rendered irrelevant, then I think it should be nothing for any, what's it called, any bandits, any kidnappers, any, militia group, militia organization to venture into other states. Because, and I think that's why it's becoming rampant. That's the strong point, that's the base, that's the genesis of our security structure as a nation. And I think the GCFR, President, the Commander-in-Chief, should act promptly on this. He should act promptly. He has been docile enough. That's not what we need as a nation. We need to rescue Kaduna from insurgencies, from attack. And we need to put our security structure, we need to restructure our security system as a nation for every other state to be safe. Because once they break into the security structure, then I can tell you categorically, we are not safe anywhere else. Talk about the North Central, talk about the South, talk about the Southeast, talk about the Southwest, talk about any other part of the nation, we are not safe. And I think it's vivid. We can see it clearly with our eyes that other parts of the nation are not safe, but it's not that much. But with the trend that are going now, constantly, the train, the blast, and the Kaduna, this is not the first time that's been happening. But I think it's a signal, and I think we are not getting that message yet. But it's high time we woke up our slumber to get the message.
Thank you so much, Barrister Oluwatobi Fatoki, for joining us on The Review this morning and for sharing your thoughts with us.
You're most welcome.
Do have a fantastic day.